Greetings everyone, back down at the build site today, and today's plan is to work on the utilities, getting the sewer line stubbed through, the foundation forms, the gas piping riser up through the form into the garage, as well as the electrical utility service entrance up through the foundation, and then we got several other underground conduits that I want to get laid out today. Before I get started doing that, I want to take a minute to thank Steve over at MSD Making Sawdust for mentioning me on his channel. He sent a few of his buddies over to my channel, and I also want to say hello to them. The first one was the old Jarhead. That guy makes some fabulous milling videos. He's got great editing skills. So go check out the old Jarhead. Go check out his channel if you'd like to see some really good wood miser milling videos. The other person I want to say hello to is David Wilson. Thank you for coming over and subscribing. I checked out David's channel, and he does some pretty cool stuff with 3D printers. It's amazing. That just blows my mind how all that stuff works. So go check out David's channel. And the last person I wanted to say hello to was Jerry Little. Left a comment yesterday, said he's checking in from Georgia. So don't know if you're a baseball fan, but threw my Braves hat on for you today. Anyway, let's get it going. It is 106 feet, kind of from where I want to poke through to the far corner of the house. So what I'm going to do is take 106 feet and multiply that by 0.25, which would give me my 1/4 inch per foot. And that should tell me how far down my sewer line should pop through the foundation. And when I multiply 106 by 0.25, I get 26.5. So I need to be 26.5 inches down. So I'm going to start from the bottom of the first 2x12 on the forms. My floor joists are about 12 inches tall, and the bottom of those joists will still be higher than the bottom of that 2x12 board, because those joists are going to stick up a little bit by the time I put the mud sill in on top of the foundation, so it'll be another 1.5 inches. So the bottom of those joists are going to be about 1 inch up from the bottom of that 2x12. So I'm going to measure 26.5 down from the 2x12 and see where that lands. And I'll either cut through there, or if it's just a little bit more, and I could just slip it right under the bottom board. If it's close enough, I'll just do that. So let's see where that falls out. All right, let's come down 26.5 and see where that hits. So there is 26.5, and so that would be the top of my pipe. And a 4-inch ABS pipe is about 4.5. So I'm going to cut that opening at, we'll call it 5. I've got to wrap it with some foam also. So that'll probably allow that little bit of that foam to pass through the board. So we'll go 31.5. And that's pretty much right through the center of that bottom board. And let me break out some of my sheet metal tools here, and I'll set my dividers for 2.5 inches, and I will scribe that circle on there and make it easy for me to cut. Well, so much for situational awareness. I drew that right in the center of where that rebar upright is. So let's move it over. That looks a little better. So I came in from this wall 22 inches over to the center of that one. So let's go to the other side, and we'll mark the hole. It'll be in the opposite side, and I will drop it down like an 1/8 more to get that slope going through. 6-inch wall, so 1/4 inch per foot. So if I make the hole on the other side at 1/8 inch lower, I'll still be able to maintain that slope. All right, so I measured in 22 inches from that wall where I was on the other side, measured off of, and I transferred that mark to this side using my square, and then I measured down 26 5/8. That's the lower mark. I had measured it a half, but then forgot I was going to add an 1/8 inch. So let me draw my circle down there now. I've got my circle drawn in down there. So let's work on the water pipe where it comes in. I have a 2-inch PVC line that needs to come up over here in the garage for the fire sprinkler line. And so once we come up there, we can build off the fire sprinkler line, and we can come off that with a check valve to serve the water for the rest of the house. They're showing it about 14 feet off of this wall here. So I'll see where that is, and then I'll find out where the wall studs line up, and we'll see where that water is going to come in. I measured in 14 feet from the wall over there, which hit right there. Then I did my wall studs from this corner, and I ended up having a wall stud essentially right where this bracket is, and the other one is right here. So the center of that bay is this mark here, which is right where I put that brace. So I'm just going to move the water line over to the side of the wall opening, or the opening between the studs, wall studs. And then the next thing I need to figure out is the depth that I need the water pipe to come out of the foundation. I know my finish grade is 1'9" below the top of the floor. the top of the garage foundation is a foot down from top of floor. So 9 inches down will be my grade. And then I need to check how far down from grade that water line has to be buried. And I don't remember, so I'll have to look that up. I'll be right back. According to the plumbing code, the water pipe has to be at least 12 inches below freezing level, or the frost level, which where I'm at is essentially ground level. The ground doesn't freeze here. It doesn't get that cold to where that it would actually, the frost level is down that far. The gas line, which is going to run through here, will also be at 12 inches below. So I'll come down a little bit more. I mean, 12 inches is the minimum. And since I've got to do a bunch of backfill here, I'll actually come down a little lower before I pop out the water. I'll probably come down 2 foot. There is the hole I need to, or the spot I need to cut a hole for the water. Kind of marked it with a W so I can come back later and cut all these at the same time. The sewer I marked with an S, with an arrow pointing down to where that one is. I had bought some gas risers because I was hoping it could go up in the foundation and then I wouldn't have anything outside the house. But looking at my plans, I only had 50 feet of pipe after the pressure regulator from the propane tank. So if I ran the 1.25 inch that my engineer spec'd all the way to the tank, which would be way over there, it is too far for the size of pipe they spec'd. So I will probably just put the gas in later. I will stub it out the wall after we build the walls right in this area. There'll be a step down regulator here. The rest will go high pressure over to the tank. So, and then that'll have a higher regulator. And I don't remember what the pressure is. This one is I think like a 13.5 or something like that, and then pounds. And then I forgot what you can run the medium pressure at. It's a lot higher. And so when they do that, all of this line that is here basically is, since it's a higher pressure, it has some enormous amount of capacity. So if we step down to the, it was 11.5, 13.5, I can't remember now. At this point, I have less pipe than they engineered to get over to my mechanical room. So the other thing, I guess, with having it pop out here and then go down and then or have the regulator here is I could have a shut-off valve out here outside in case of an emergency. So I could have one here, and I could have the tank shut off over there also. So the gas will come later. So the next thing I did was I pulled a string all the way to the utility pole out there. So I wanted to make sure I would miss the forms out there for the porticotre, and it does. I will have to take out a cedar tree over there. I'm not sure if you can see the follow the line. It's back there beyond the that batter board, and then that lines up right here in the corner. So my utility company requires a 36-inch radius bend for horizontal 90s and a 24-inch radius bend for vertical 90s. So that's probably about where my meter box is going to lay out there. Tomorrow I'm going to get a trencher and trench down, because the utilities need to be a minimum of 39 inches to the bottom of the hole. So I'm going to get a trencher, and I will probably just trench in just a little section here to get that elbow in the depth it needs to be, and then I'll have I'll run some extra pipe up to beyond of what the electrical panel would be, and we could just cut it off later. The other thing I did today was I removed all the batter boards in the corners. Now that the walls are all firmed up, I don't need those anymore, so those are all missing. You can kind of see where I pulled the stakes out. I haven't taken down the batter boards that we set up for all of those piers out there, but it was nice to get the original corners out of the way now that everything is set and squared. It was just hard walking around those and working around them and driving the tractor around without smashing into them. So those are gone. I thought I'd add this on to the end of the video. It was nice and sunny when I left the job site. That was some pretty good thunder. It was nice and sunny when I left the job site, and as I got home, it started snowing. So there you go, folks. Almost mid-May in Northern California. Snowing. Well, it has started snowing even harder, so I thought I would get you all another shot. It's not quite sticking because it's 40 degrees out, but we'll see what happens when the sun goes down. I did not see this on the weather forecast at all today, and as you saw, it was beautiful down there at the job site. Today was a little different video showing how I was laying out all the utilities through the foundation walls and making sure they weren't coming up in the wall stud, that they were actually centered in the bay. And then, of course, don't put your sewer line right through the middle of the rebar like I tried to do. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will leave you with a little bit of snowfall. Thanks for watching.